All right, let's dive into a business strategy that is so powerful, so effective that the person who first shared it was actually hesitant to even talk about it publicly. It's a massive shift in how you think about building a business, and it's been the quiet engine behind some huge fortunes. So let's break it down. I am not completely happy sharing the information I'm about to share. I mean, wow. That's a heck of a way to start, isn't it? It immediately makes you lean in and ask, if this idea is so good, why would you want to keep it a secret?
Exactly. Why? What's the big deal? Well, the person who wrote this gave two pretty serious reasons for that hesitation.
First, this is the kind of secret that's really only supposed to be for a small circle of people. And second, and this one is huge, there's a real concern that if everyone started doing this, it might actually have some negative effects on the African economy as a whole. Now that tells you we're talking about something seriously disruptive.
And here it is. This is the big idea, the multi-million-dollar secret. Stop thinking about ownership and start thinking about distribution. Forget everything you've been taught about needing to own the factory, own the inventory, own the means of production. The real power, the real money, is in controlling the way things get to people. And no, this is not some Ponzi scheme. It's a rock-solid business model.
So let's get into the proof, because this isn't just a cool theory. This is the playbook that some of the world's biggest billionaires and most successful companies are using right now. It all comes down to a fundamental difference in approach. Just look at this comparison. On one side, you've got the old school ownership model. We're talking factories needing tons of money to start, massive risk, and being totally dependent on infrastructure. But on the other side, you have the distribution model. It's all about networks. It takes way less cash to start, the risk is so much lower, and the name of the game is leverage, using what other people have already built.
Let's kick things off with a name absolutely everyone knows. The guy who started Amazon. He is, like, the final boss of this entire concept.
Seriously, think about it. For the most part, Amazon doesn't make the millions of things it sells. Do they own the factories making your phone case or your books? Nope. What they built was the greatest distribution machine the world has ever seen. They own the customer relationship, they own the delivery network, not the product itself. That's the source of their power.
But okay, this isn't just for global tech giants. Let's bring it closer to home. Look at a major Nigerian entrepreneur like Obi Kubana. He's a perfect example in the beverage and hospitality space. He doesn't own the distilleries, but he's a massive distributor. He even used that power to launch his own brand, Vibe, just by plugging it into the network he already controls.
And this model isn't just for fancy products like tech or drinks. It works for everyday things too. Let's take Chioma Ifeanyi Eze and her egg distribution business. It's brilliant. I mean, she probably doesn't own a single chicken coop. She might not even know the first thing about raising chickens. But that doesn't matter. Her expertise is in getting the eggs from the farm to the buyers. And by focusing only on distribution, she can sell more eggs and make more money than many of the people who actually own the farms.
Okay, one last big example from the entertainment world. Netflix. Their entire story is a masterclass in the power of distribution.
Think way back. When Netflix started, they didn't have a single film studio. They didn't make movies. They just focused on one thing, creating the absolute best way to get movies into your home. They built the distribution platform first. By the time they started producing their own shows, they already had a massive global audience waiting. Distribution came first.
All right, so we've seen how the big players do it, but the most exciting part of this idea is that you don't need to be a billionaire to use it. In fact, you can get started with way less capital than you think. Let's look at a practical blueprint you can use. Let's use fashion as an example. You want to start a clothing line, right? But you don't know how to sew. Who cares? All you need to do is find the people who are amazing at it. Go to them, make a deal, and promise them you'll bring them a ton of business. Then you create your own brand, your own labels, and you focus all your energy on marketing the heck out of it. You become the connection, and you do it with way less cost and risk. And this logic, it just keeps working. You can apply it to almost any industry. Take the baking industry, for example. You don't actually need your own kitchen to have a successful cake business. There's this brand, Fastest Cakes, and it's a good bet they don't own a single oven or employ a single baker full-time. What they've done is master the art of distribution. They connect talented bakers with hungry customers. And you know what? They're probably making way more money than the individual baker because they control the network.
I mean, we see this model everywhere now, especially in the food industry. These digital platforms have totally flipped the script on how we get our meals.
A platform like Chowdeck is the perfect modern example. Zero kitchens, zero chefs on their payroll. They are a pure distribution machine, connecting thousands of restaurants and home cooks with customers. All of their value is in the network they built, not in the food they make.
So, this brings us back to that first point. Why is this idea so powerful, and maybe even a little dangerous for entrepreneurs, in Africa specifically? Well, it's because of a unique advantage that comes from a disadvantage. Look, let's be honest. Trying to start a production business, a factory, in many parts of Africa can be tough. You're dealing with infrastructure challenges, power issues, you name it. But the distribution model, it lets you leapfrog over all of that. It's a faster, smarter, more agile way to build a successful business in this environment.
And that really is the final piece of advice, the most important takeaway here. Your goal should be to find a way to get leverage through distribution because it's so much faster than the slow, expensive, and risky path of ownership. It's about shifting your entire focus from making the thing to moving the thing.
So we'll leave you with that thought. Just look around you in your own community and whatever industry you're interested in. The opportunities to be the distributor, to be the network, are absolutely everywhere. The only real question left is, what will you distribute?